You know things have officially gone off the rails when getting hit with a cease and desist is somehow the least humiliating part of the story. The Brooke Monk versus Natalie Reynolds drama isn't just messy anymore. We've officially entered somebody call a wellness check territory. What began as a petty spat over TikTok content copying has spiraled into a circus of fake lawsuits, cardboard cutout boyfriends, forehead tattoos, phony jail time, and the kind of antics that would make even the Kardashians raise an eyebrow and say, okay, this is getting out of hand. So strap in, because the Brooke Monk saga has already gone way too far, and somehow it's still spiraling. Now you might be wondering, how did Brooke Monk even get roped into all this madness? Well, it all kicked off when Natalie Reynolds, a TikTok creator who seems to thrive on chaos, accused Brooke Monk of stealing her content. Let's be real, Brooke's known for her lighthearted comedic skits, the kind of TikTok content that's about as standard as it gets. We're not talking about reinventing the internet here, but Natalie wasn't having it. She began uploading videos mocking Brooke, mimicking her style, dressing like her, and then things took a turn for the seriously bizarre. We're talking cardboard replicas of Brooke's boyfriend, TikToks engineered purely for rage, and an entire account that slowly morphed into a shrine of anti-Brooke content. I'm Natalie Reynolds, and I was nominated by Brooke Monk to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. And that pretty much sums up the origin story, a simple internet squabble that spiraled into full-blown chaos. And believe it or not, it's still going. So in the latest twist, Natalie Reynolds is now claiming she's been hit with a cease and desist from a major creator. I've officially been served a cease and desist from a well-known creator on this app. They're accusing me of stealing their content and harassing them online, which I've never done, ever. Cue the meme. Look at this dude. Wait for it. The no. I mean, come on. We're not toddlers. It's painfully obvious who she's talking about here. Brooke Monk, anyone? You'd think getting hit with legal documents might make someone pause for 5 minutes, maybe reevaluate their choices, or at the very least, log off for the night. But Natalie? Nope. Instead, she took it as a divine sign to double down. Like a gambler going all in after losing 10 hands in a row, she immediately went into overdrive, pumping out even more bizarre content at lightning speed. Next thing you know, she's uploading tearful videos claiming she's being wronged, insisting she's just hopping on TikTok trends, all while standing in what looks like a Brooke Monk shrine designed by a delusional ex. I'm human. I just want to be treated like a normal person. I know I made a terrible mistake, but don't I deserve a second chance? Why do I post so much? Because I have no friends, no life, and haven't had friends in years. And now the entire internet is clowning me for it. Try walking a mile in my shoes. None of you could handle the kind of hate I face daily. The world sees me like some evil monster, like a total psychopath. I don't even know if I can take it anymore. And just when you thought things couldn't possibly get more off the rails, after the cardboard cutouts, bogus lawsuits, and emotional bait content, Natalie Reynolds went and pretended to tattoo Brooke Monk's boyfriend's name on her forehead. Do you think he'll take me back after this? Okay, sure, it wasn't real. But let's be honest, even pretending to do that crosses about 8 different lines. Even the creeps on Dateline NBC would raise an eyebrow and go, yeah, that's not okay. At this point, fictional Netflix stalkers are probably taking notes from her content. Because look, copying someone's dance moves on TikTok? Annoying, but not apocalyptic. But building your entire online identity around tearing someone else down 24/7? That's not drama. That's straight up obsession. That's full-blown stalker mode. And Natalie wasn't just imitating Brooke anymore. She started targeting Brooke's actual friends too. Anytime Brooke posted with someone like Halle Bailey or Leah Halton, Natalie rushed out weird parody videos, dressing her boyfriend like some melted wax figure version of Brooke's crew. Approved. But this isn't just TikTok content. Natalie's running the full-on rage bait Olympics, and even the judges have had enough. Her whole strategy: copy someone's content, play the victim, act confused when people react, then cry on camera for sympathy clicks. She's mastered the influencer dark arts: light the match, then cry when everything's on fire. But of course, stirring up one controversy wasn't enough. Natalie had to cannonball right into the James Charles versus Kayla drama too, because apparently fanning 4 dumpster fires at once wasn't chaotic enough. 1 second, she's defending Kayla like she's her pro bono attorney. The next, she's cracking jokes for clout, and by the 3rd video, she's claiming James Charles is suing her now too. But wait, it gets even better. When fake lawsuits didn't get her enough traction, Natalie decided to level up by pretending she was under house arrest. Yup, She posted a whole storyline, complete with a fake ankle monitor, like being in legal trouble was part of her influencer cosplay arc. At this point, Natalie Reynolds' TikTok presence feels less like funny content creator and more like a real-time, chaotic reenactment of a Lifetime movie that no one actually asked for. Because just when you think she's done, she drags her grandma into the madness, posting bizarre skits with her poor grandma dancing in weird outfits, playing roles that make absolutely no sense. It's giving. Netflix documentary coming soon. Grandma Blink Twice. And while Natalie's out here faking lawsuits, crying on camera, and pretending to tattoo other people's boyfriends on her forehead, Brooke Monk's just vibing, posting skits, sipping her tea, and quietly pulling millions of views like it's nothing. Natalie's been running a full-blown drama marathon, while Brooke's been lapping her in silence. And honestly, that's the real power move. Because when your enemy is busy setting themselves on fire for views, silence becomes the most savage roast imaginable, especially when they're spiraling in the ninth circle of clout-chasing chaos. And just when you thought we'd hit rock bottom, Natalie decided to fake a coming out video. Not to share something genuine, but to farm hate comments and keep the engagement algorithm pumping. No real message, no moment of vulnerability, just more digital gasoline on an already scorched reputation. Because the truth is, Natalie's not actually coming out as anything, except completely addicted to attention. And people have caught on. Some even joked about launching parody accounts that copy Natalie copying Brooke, just to see how far she'd spiral. Maybe throw in a cardboard cutout of her imaginary boyfriend for good measure. At this point, she'd either threaten to sue you or call it avant-garde satire. But you know what? It might just be worth it for the content. What's really tragic here is you'd think all this chaos, trolling, and nonstop content was making her serious money, right? Wrong. TikTok doesn't pay much, and YouTube Shorts barely covers fries and a McFlurry. And that's what makes the whole thing even more unhinged. She's not even getting paid to be this chaotic. So the only real explanation left, she's just doing it for the attention. Doesn't matter if it's love, hate, or 14-year-olds flaming her in all caps. As long as someone's watching, she thinks she's winning. Which, if we've learned anything from today's influencer culture, is the biggest red flag of them all. So here we are, Natalie spiraling, rage baiting, and probably storyboarding season 2 of this TikTok circus as we speak, while Brooke Monk stays rich, booked, and completely unbothered. And honestly, watching it all play out feels like the worst season finale of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but somehow it still slaps. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Natalie will ever chill out or find a hobby that doesn't involve cardboard? And seriously, who's betting on the cardboard wedding next? But until then, remember, never rage bait so hard you end up tattooing someone else's boyfriend on your forehead. Peace.